Hey guys, welcome back to ZoneX channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the F91 Twin Vespa and back cannon type. Well, this MG was from the Baiyi first impression video. I want to use this opportunity to apologize about my video about Baiyi because I've been providing wrong information and things change now. So I should be standing up and be responsible. I already took down both Baiyi video because to be honest, their shipping and extra fees were just too much to the point that I think is unacceptable. Not kidding, but sometimes eBay was even cheaper than Baiyi. This F91 combined with the shipping was around $180, but eBay was selling $150 with free shipping. I know back then I make a mistake where I promoted them again and maybe people fell into that endless fee charges because of my words. If you're one of the victims, I'm truly sorry about my words and I promise I will not repeat the same mistake again. Anyway, just don't buy from Baiyi because honestly, I think they charge too much for the shipping and those unnecessary fees. I'm sorry for the misleading information. Okay, I felt a bit better now because I got this off my shoulders. Alright, back to the F91 itself. I'm very excited to build this because this Gundam is in my top 10 favorite UZ Gundam list. I will make a video in the future to further discuss my list, but let's not ignore our protagonist today, so stop chatting and get to the runners now. This time I will say it got average number of runners, so it won't take long. For myself, there's a chance to complete it in a day if I assemble it quicker. For the instruction manual, at least some pictures of the F91, so I will give it a pass. Seems like the inner frame details were okay. I don't have a critical demand about how detailed the inner frame should be. However, I do think the outer armor were quite bland and missing a bit of panel lines. Maybe for those of you who knows how to carve lines, strongly suggest you do so. I want to talk about the golden color this time, looks very good. If in the future all the golden runners could replace by this color, I will be happy because I don't have to repaint that terrible curry gold. Hey guys, welcome back to the Double Pack F91 review. So this is the finishing of it. Well, let's say the bad things at the beginning. Unfortunately, you can only choose one form as Bandai only gave you one connector piece to use. So choose what you want as you are assembling it. Secondly, both packs were quite heavy, so take some time to adjust the standing. Well, alternatively, you can always use the base that Bandai provided, but let's be honest, the base itself looks bad and a regular display base will be the best. But let's be clear at the beginning, I don't have the LED lights, which means I can't show you the light link functions. Alright, let's take a look at this Gunpla. Since the Vespa design were changed for this premium Bandai, the leftover parts were enough for a pair of Vespa. However, the connector piece was used by the back cannons, and if you want to put the Vespa back onto the F91, you will need to tear the back cannons apart for a connector piece. but I don't recommend doing that as the plastic will be damaged and I think you're not buying this PB for a pair of Vespa. Well, I can still show you the features as the leftovers were part of the regular release F91. First, we can flip out this white handle at the bottom. Then expand the whole Vespa and you will see the inner details and another handle. To myself, I think adding some colors towards the inner details will look better if you don't mind the complex works. Alright, just like the usual drill, starting from the head. A very traditional F91 head, those two yellow parts at the side really changed the visual experience. We got an extra joint in the neck, allow better up and down movements. It's easy and smooth. The head can sway side to side, it could also rotate horizontally, but the head will fall out when rotating and is quite annoying. Now, the one I equipped is the fixed head. You can switch the mouthpiece to the open mouth. You can pull the helmet out and switch the face, but the helmet is quite loose. It's unavoidable because the design is for easier switching. But if you're someone looking for a complete transformation, we got a transformable head. Personally, I won't use it because the obvious seam line is triggering my OCD. Alright, how about showing the transformation? It's easy. Pull out the side and move the face inside to reveal the mouth. The transformation is fun, but the side of the head will pop out quite often, so be careful. For the chest, I'm very happy about it. Maybe I'm tired of seeing the same bright blue again. This kind of cyan color really changed the feeling. Under the black fence, you will see the gold parts. The details were increased and the finish is nice. To open the cockpit, slide down this part and you will see Seabook Arnold and the control panel. But the display space is small so you can't really see it clearly. The whole torso can turn around 45. It can sway side to side for a bit, and moving front and back, front and back. For the shoulders, we got individual movements. It could lift 90 degrees to further enhance the arm's lifting angle. However, the shoulders are big, so please be careful about the antenna as it's very thin and soft. Let's talk a bit about the shoulders design before moving on to the arms. Which shoulders you like? The back cannon type shoulders are bigger and is cooler. For the appearance, I would choose this design over the original F91 shoulders. For the arms, an easy windmill. Lifting more than 90, that's excellent. Moving to the front, look at this, the articulation is amazing. The whole arm can rotate, the forearm can rotate too. I'm very happy about this feature. Well, the bending kinda sucks, little more than 90. As for the hands, farm movable hands. You can switch the bottom with the following options, trigger or holding hands. It's a little surprising about not seeing the open hands this time. For the left forearm, you will see a beam shield. You can pull it out and there is movement on the shield. The yellow triangle is a sticker but it's okay. Again, I'm fine with small details. To put in the shield, remove the white part and connect it on the shield effect part. Push it back and done. But overall, the shield effects connection is poor. For the waist part, a pretty colorful waist. Definitely my taste. The front skirt can flip for 180, amazing movement. The side skirt can lift a bit as well, but the point is not on the articulations but the hidden weapons in the side skirts. On the left, you will see the beam sabers. Just turn the armor and you will see two of them. In the model kit, you got two effect parts to use. On the right, you will see a hidden shield. For those of you who played Gundam vs Gundam Next Plus before, you will know this shield is a floating mine. The back skirt is completely immovable. That's not acceptable on an AMG. At least lift a little bit. The center of the back skirt can expand. Once finished, you will see a space for you to store the beam launcher, which I will show you later. To further increase the articulation, unlock the front waist and pull down the extra joint on the legs. For the legs articulation, kicking to the front, a standard 90. Side kick, close to 90 but not quite. Kicking to the back, very limited. The bending is below standard, just slightly over 90. Again, you will see the golden details under the knees fence. We got 3 heat radiation covers. The top one got individual movements and the other 2 will be moving together. You can press the top one down to close all of them. The white armor above the feet can move for a bit. The feet can move front and back and move horizontally. The tip of the feet and back of the feet can sway side to side, allowing you to adjust the standing furthermore. The tip of the feet can move up and down. I gotta say the movement is impressive. Take a moment and appreciate the extra colors under the feet, another nice small detail. Instead of Seabook Arnold, you will get Cicely Fairchild standing figure this time. Well, I can pair with my RE100 Viginagina, finally! Beam rival, simple structure with a white piece over it. There are a lot of details, so make sure you do your penalize. We can move the sub handle, and other than that, nothing to talk about. Beam launcher, one of the iconic weapons of the F91. Overall, I'm happy about the finish as the details and colors were there. It's done beautifully. You can move the handles, the tip of the launcher can open for a bit, and one of the standard features of AMG models, removing the energy cap. If you don't want to hold the launcher, open the back skirt and store on it. But I don't know, is it my model problem or what? No matter how many times I try off camera, it just refuses to go in. Now, what you're seeing is the back cannon type. Basically, it's just F91 original backpack but changed the Vespa. You can see the details of the backpack clearly, especially the gold and grey together for the thrusters. You can see a clear part in the bottom layer of the thrusters. This is for the light transmission. The connection is a ball joint, which allows some movements. The joint can rotate and position under the shoulders, letting the back cannons ready to shoot. Speaking of the back cannons, let's take a closer look. First, I do think the structure and overall finish is like a bigger XG. Compared to the Vespa and Twin Vespa, this back cannon seems bland and not flavorful. I think more penalized will change the appearance. At this point, I don't think decals can save its appearance. All the small black colors are stickers, it's fine. You can see 2 anti-ship missiles on top of the beam Gatling gun. One thing you need to glue for sure, the red circle, loose and strongly suggest gluing it. You can push the handle down to extend the Gatling gun. Well, you can paint some silver or gunmetal if you hate the grey. Alright, we are done with the back cannon type. It's time for us to move on to the next type, Twin Vespa setup. What do you think of this back cannon type? Comment down below and tell me more. First, let's take a look at the shoulders, the original F91 shoulders. Pretty surprising Bandai didn't add some details on it. You can pull the heat radiation fins out and simply open them. If you want to switch the shoulders, you need to tear the back cannon shoulder apart to get this connection piece out. I think it's a cheap move. Is it that hard for you to mold 2 more pieces? I paid that much money and you can't even do better? Anyway, let me cut out the switching part. A friendly reminder that the whole thing is pretty hard to disassemble, so don't switch the parts frequently. No matter how careful you're being, often switching parts will increase the damage chance. This is the Twin Vespa backpack. The first obvious thing are the wires, but please cut it precisely because Bandai gave you the exact length with no extras. Let's start with the top pair, a standard undergate color separation. We got a main joint that allows the Vespa cannons to move up and down, side to side. There is a sliding mechanic to adjust the length of the top Vespas. The bottom pair Vespas look a lot more different than the original ones, but I still like the colors on the original one. The main joint can let the Vespa to be straightened. There are 2 joints to further move front and back, which makes you pose the bottom Vespas in a natural way. To hold the bottom Vespas, extend and you will see the inner details and the handle, but you will need to adjust and form the handle yourself. To put the Twin Vespa in, remove the extra joints at the side of the back and you can put it in now. But avoid switching back too often. As you know, plastic is easy to be damaged. And the ball joints were so hard to remove. I spent 20 minutes to pull the parts out carefully. But once the F91 equipped the Twin Vespa Z, the standing became a problem and I suggest a base. Bandai provided a base for your F91, but this base is bad in my opinion. First, the hollow part was designed for the LED unit, but it looks bad aesthetically. The base looks very unreliable because it's just one piece with hollow parts, so I doubt the stability for a long term. But in the future, I'm buying 2 action bases for F91 and Viginagina. To put the F91 on it, remove the backpack and white part. Connect the base and put the backpack in. Alright, we've come to the end of this review. Let me do a quick conclusion for the F91 double pack. You can buy this now as Premium Bandai release it again with the F90 Unit 2, but only buy this PB if you're someone who never bought the 2.0 version, or you're someone that like a lot of cannons, or you like an easier build and you can play with the master grade. This F91 2.0 is pretty good. I know the movie sucks, but guys, this 2.0 version definitely worth a try. If you're interested after you watch this review, just get it. It's not gonna make you disappointed. But another reminder again, choose which form you want before assembling it. You don't want to keep switching forms and easily damage the plastic. Okay, thanks for watching. Like this review, subscribe to me and hit the bell next to it. Comment down below and tell me your thoughts. Donation link is in the description and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.